So international football is rolling on at the time of recording of this video. UEFA Nations League, CONCACAF Nations League, every other Nations League going on. There's a lot that's been happening, and by the title of this video, you probably know how I got the idea. I won't keep rambling on, so let's dive in. 10 really good players who probably won't ever win a World Cup. A disclaimer, this list is in no particular order. What this list is a list of high caliber players whose national teams aren't great. So here we go. The first player I have on this list is Sadio Mane. Obviously a part of that famous front three of Liverpool, he's done well for club and country. He's been Senegal's main man for a while now, and they defeated Egypt in the African Cup of Nations, a great achievement for them obviously. But the Liverpool, now Bayern man, might want to dream bigger than that. The Senegalese team is ranked 20th in the world, and according to Vegas odds, the odds for them to win the World Cup are plus 8,000. Plus he's 30 years old. They most likely won't win it this year, and by the time the next World Cup comes around, he'll be 34, which is not super young. He's a very good player, but he's not a miracle worker, which is unfortunately why he's on the list. Number 2 is Mohamed Salah. The face of the national team, Mo Salah running down the wing. I'm a big fan of Salah, so it pains me to put him on the list, but it's really hard for me to see Egypt winning the whole thing one day. Of course, miracles do happen, but Egypt is ranked 32nd in the world. Salah turns 30 this year, and the Egyptians didn't even qualify for this year's tournament. Not in it this year, and by next tournament he'll be 34. Much harder to carry a team when you're getting on in football years. So yeah, he'll probably never be crowned world champion with Egypt. Number 3 is Robert Lewandowski. The Polish striker who was crowned German champion for the 10th time this past season is obviously a world-class player. Arguably the best striker in the world right now, gifted with amazing goal-scoring ability, but he was not gifted with the top European national team. No offense to Poland. And actually, as I was putting this list together, Poland was torn apart 6-1 by Belgium. Like I said before, this list is in no particular order. Poland is ranked 26th in the world according to FIFA. Lewandowski is also 33 years of age. Now, I'm not condemning him to retire in the next 2 to 3 years. I hope he can play for as long as he can. And honestly, there are no signs of him slowing down. But who knows what will happen? Will he be playing at the next World Cup? Will Poland even qualify? Who knows, but I hope he will. So number 4 is Luka Modric. The Real Madrid midfielder has seen and done it all. Recently been crowned champion of Europe, champion of Spain as well. He's a legend for the club. Croatia came close when they famously reached the World Cup final in 2018, losing to France 4-2. It was one of those feel-good miracle stories in football, but I don't see Croatia repeating their 2018 success. Croatia is ranked 16th overall. On top of that, Modric is 36 years old. Will he be playing at the next World Cup? Probably not. Number 5, Erling Haaland. Haaland burst onto the scene a couple years ago and quickly established himself as a serious goal threat. The Manchester City player is obviously a really good player, and I have no doubt he will be a champion one day, just not with his national team. The Norwegians are ranked 41st in the world ranking. Ouch. He's young, so time is on his side, but Norway didn't even qualify for Qatar, and there's no guarantee they'll be at the next World Cup. I doubt he and Odegaard are enough to carry the national team. I'm a big fan of his, but I don't think winning a World Cup should be on his bucket list. Number 6 is Son Heung-min. Everyone's favorite Korean. Son may be a miracle worker for Tottenham Hotspur, seeing as he has Kane to back him up. I think it's a little harder for South Korea. The Koreans are ranked 29th overall, and Son is turning 30 this year as well, and how long he plays remains to be seen. He won't get too many more chances to become world champion as he gets older, and questions remain who will be there to take the mantle as Korea's main man as he does get older. Seeing how fit he is, he at least has one more World Cup in him after this one, but I don't see it happening. Okay, so number 7 is Gareth Bale. The main man for Wales, and his team have qualified for the World Cup for the first time since 1958. An incredible achievement. Congratulations to the Wales national team, but I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news. Wales is ranked 18th in the FIFA rankings, and their attack is significantly weaker without Bale, who won't be able to play every game in the tournament. Defense could be so much better, but that's a video for another time. Bale is 32. Depending on if he takes care of himself and if Wales qualifies, he could see one more World Cup after this one. But I don't know how they will win the whole thing when they look shaky against Ukraine at times. Sorry, Bale, but I don't think you'll ever be crowned world champion. Number 8 is Kevin De Bruyne. I know, everyone just went, what? Allow me to explain before you call me ridiculous. I know Belgium is literally ranked second in the world. They're a very good team. But ask yourself, does Belgium really have what it takes to win it this year? Their attack is no problem. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about their defense. Vertonghen, 35, Alderweireld, 33, and Den Donker at the back for Belgium. Are the three of them really world-class center backs? Let me know what you think, but I just don't have full confidence Belgium can get the job done without at least one world-class defender at the back. Kevin is 30, and depending on how his injuries come into play, he'll be important for the next one. But if they don't do it this year, can they do it the next? Who comes in and takes the place of Vertonghen and Alderweireld if they don't play? Who knows? No doubt Belgium are a good team, but can they get over the hump of beating good teams because anybody could smack Poland 6-1? Virgil van Dijk. On the flip side, you have a team that struggles to really dazzle in attack. The Netherlands are ranked 10th overall, not a bad evaluation, but the Dutch have yet to impress me. They have a good team, but is it a team that can be competitive when it really matters? I'm not concerned about their defense. You shouldn't be with Van Dijk as in your squad, but they've got to show me something. Show me that they're a serious threat. Until that happens, they'll do okay in the tournament, but they won't win it. Van Dijk is 30 years old, so if their act isn't together by next tournament, they probably won't win that one either. And number 10, Lionel Messi. I know what you're thinking. I don't know anything about football, but hear me out one last time. When I look at Argentina as a team, they're a good team. They're a really good team. But when it comes down to the wire, can they do it when the pressure is really on? But they won the Copa America. I know. But the World Cup is a different hurdle. You play teams from all around the world, different styles obviously, and they haven't been able to do it since 1986. I know, an American talking about winning the World Cup, haha. But their best finish since winning the entire thing was runners-up in 2014. Messi is 35. If they can't do it this year, it depends on how well he can stay fit. I won't doom him to retire within the next couple of years, seeing as Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Cristiano Ronaldo are still going strong as they get into their later years. My point is, will Messi be playing at the World Cup? Well, that depends on Messi. Okay, so before this video ends, I just want to say a few things. There will be a ton of opinions on who should be on this list, who shouldn't be on this list. So I do have a couple of honorable mentions. So Edinson Cavani, Luis Suarez, Ivan Perisic, Christian Eriksen, Andy Robertson, and Riyad Mahrez are kind of like my players that are just like, they were on the verge for me, but I didn't know whether they were good enough to get into the list, so there you go.